Dr. Mark Changizi here with your Science Moment. It seems as if in the last 5 or so years, sort of half a decade, that the mainstream media has become disproportionately groupthinky. Now, we've spent, of course, my lifetime, I've seen it that, the mainstream media has been disproportionately left, very groupthinking from my point of view, and I hadn't quite appreciated the extent to which it has qualitatively changed. And this happened around the time that Trump was elected. So you can see in this graph here, there's the usual kind of relatively small differences in trust, those on the right versus those on the left and the independents, concerning mainstream media. So you see this kind of bias historically. This is what you kind of would expect. But somewhere around 2016, you have this massive qualitative change, right? So right now, it's about 14% of those on the right trust mainstream media. We have a 5 times factor, and it's about 2.5 times for those that are independent. They trust mainstream media 2.5 times less than the left does. These are tremendously radical differences, showing you that something has changed in terms of mainstream media. Now, it's striking to me. I will typically avoid getting my news from really far right outfits that I know that only 10% of those on the left might possibly trust, right? I don't want to get my news from those. And I say, look, this is so untrusted by the other side. This can't be the only place that I go get my news. Because I can tell there might be something group thinking going on if 90% of the opposition isn't willing to even go look at it. I'm willing to go look at it, but I want to get my feedback and my news from broad sources and not rely on ones that are only on one side, because I'm myself susceptible to groupthink. So if you find yourself digesting and absorbing media that only 14% of your opposition even trusts, that's diagnostic. It's diagnostic when only 14% of your opposition even trusts the very news that you are getting, right? So there's really 2 points here. One, this deep qualitative change in the nature of mainstream media. And 2, this kind of meta point that if you realize that the media that you're absorbing is this partisan, it's a clear sign that there's some sort of groupthink occurring. And that was your Science Moment.